Well, how are we doing this fine evening, Mr. Mirano FC?
Where the club is doing really well, and so am
We're
I.
not asking about the club, we're asking about you.
But you asked Merano FC.
I said
It's
Mr.
your
Mirano
fault.
FC.
Well, it's the same thing. It's the club is part of me. It's a part of me. If it does well, I do well. If it
Are
does
you
bad, my mood is not that well.
are you sure about that one?
Okay.
Are you sure about that one? Well, anyways, on the eve of game week 25, we have some very exciting fixtures. But just before we get into that, let's start off with the results of last week.
Sure.
And
It went well for you and me.
you.
Yeah.
So
To be honest,
definitely,
for anyone that captain Gundogan, that's it. That was like the criteria or the key
or more
point of the
more
week.
importantly, anyone who watched the two halves podcast for the
Oh yeah,
Fantasy Premier League.
definitely.
Yeah,
That
look at
was
those
the
numbers. Umar, Rahan, Mirano, Carla Mupard. Those numbers don't lie. But 101. How does it feel to be a Centurion?
it feels really good, especially that this is the second time I do it this season.
This season, second time? Wow.
Yeah, yeah, insane,
Because
right?
I was looking at that and I was gonna ask you that. Well, like, have you? Was this the first time you got a century, but second time this season? How was it last season? Did you hit any hundreds last season?
Last season, yeah, I got it once before I quit. I quit last season, when Corona happened and the break and all that.
Oh yeah,
I
I
lost interest.
mean last season was a bit tainted, like Liverpool's title.
Yeah, he just
They should
wanted to
have. They
put
should
the
have.
head.
They should have allowed us 5 subs too. In fantasy
Oh
Premier League.
yeah, why do the clubs get it but we don't?
Yeah, I mean that would have been very interesting. If
So
fantasy Premier League
unfair, man.
kind of adjusted to us too, especially since if 5 subs are available on the pitch as well, right? That
Mm.
means the likelihood of players getting subbed off and on would be more, right? And that would directly affect your fantasy Premier League scores.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Not
But
not not that subs count, right? Like not that the subs points count. But you never know. There were
yeah.
a lot of injuries because of COVID and fixtures clustering around. But
And you saw a lot of it this week. You mentioned Stones. You told me
I
about Stones and Gundogan playing one match. DCL not
hate
playing at
that.
all.
I hate that. I hate that. So just to review last week, right? Here on the podcast, we were raving how we should have players that would play in double game weeks, right?
Yep. Mhm.
And some of us, including myself, had him, and I had Gundogan, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Stones, each of them that were supposed to play a double game week, but it didn't happen. Stones got rested. Thank you, Pep Guardiola. Gundogan got injured. Calvert-Lewin, who we professed so much that, hey, Carlo Ancelotti said that he will play the second game against Manchester City. Where was he, Carlo? Where
I guess
was
he
he?
lied too. He's taking, like a page out of Pep's playbook.
And I was so happy because I had 91 points, right? And I was like, oh, 3 of my players are
Almost.
yet to play again. And Gundogan's my captain. So that's like 4 players playing. It's going to be very exciting. I'm going to get like 100 points. I'm going to, extend my lead over Umar.
Nothing.
And it didn't
Nothing.
happen. It did not happen.
Yeah.
However, I did get another 20-point lead over Omar, so I'm sitting comfortably
Oh, you were
second.
speaking about him, not me. Okay, that
Not
makes
Omar.
more sense. Now
Omar.
it's making a lot more sense.
You know what? From now on, I'm just gonna refer to you as your team
Merano FC.
names.
Okay, sure. That works
So
too.
over at Marano FC, it was very interesting. Peters also got injured. He didn't play.
Mm.
Gundogan didn't play, and I think Cancelo didn't play. Did Cancelo play? He did. He did. But
Cancelo,
he
he played, yeah.
conceded. But he
Yep.
conceded. So you just got +2, I think, right?
Yeah, Justin got Jesus got an assist in the second match.
That was like a big boost for you because I don't think he did much in the first one.
Yeah, he got only 2 points in the first one.
Yeah. So, Lawton come get good for you. That was a good trade in.
Oh yeah, that felt really good. You have no idea. Especially when I saw the goal. I saw the replay of the goal when he was just attacking, and I was just watching the replay and saying, "Oh please, are you the one scoring? Please, be you."
Yeah, you know, I have this axis where I can view goals immediately. I wonder where from, and and on that I was
No
looking at
clue.
the goal and I replayed it twice. I was just like, is that Loughton? Is that Omar getting an extra point? And then I saw, and then I still couldn't tell because it was like, you know, everyone was just running into the box and like I think there were two players. It could have been an own goal.
Mm,
And then I went to the Premier League app just to check if it was him. I was like, oh, okay.
it
Omar
was
would be
him.
very happy. What do you think about Dallas? You
Man,
raved
that
about him a
was
lot. You know, he's playing out of
that.
position. He's playing up front. You know, he's playing as a center forward.
I,
I
I
listened to you and
actually,
I went out and got him. And we were
you
talking.
did?
I did for this game week, not last game week. I wouldn't take a -4 hit on him. He plays for Leeds United. You cannot, you know, think about um, risking a clean sheet. Like, you know, expect them to get a clean sheet. It's Leeds
Yeah.
United, right? So I got him because obviously Justin was out for the season, right? And I
Mm.
had to do something about it, and I had to get a defender in. There was another defender that came into my mind, but I just Luke Shaw. We'll get into him in a bit.
Sure. No.
Yeah. So I got Dallas, and then he conceded that many goals, and then I was like, maybe I should have gotten Luke Shaw instead.
Well, it
Because
doesn't matter for you because, like that week it didn't matter. You didn't
okay,
get the
but
point. You didn't get the negative that
and
I got.
and more importantly, Leeds have a double game week this week,
Exactly. That's why you should get him. And
and
look,
that's why.
I understand that, like being a defender, the moment the team concedes a goal, he just loses the clean sheet points. But you should also realize that a midfielder, if a midfielder doesn't do anything, he gets only 2 points. But Dallas has a chance of a clean sheet, unlike a typical midfielder.
Midfielder. I mean, midfielder get
Exactly.
1 point for a clean sheet, which
They
isn't
do,
a
yeah.
lot, but still.
Like the difference between that and this is
Yeah.
big.
Anyways, moving on to this week's fixtures. Wolves Leeds. That's gonna be an interesting one. Southampton Chelsea. That is also going to be a tough fixture for Chelsea, and you never know the way that Southampton are playing. So, you know, they could easily upset Tuchel's Blues.
And easily concede just as many goals.
Yeah, so clean sheet both ways might not be a possibility. Liverpool Everton, the Merseyside derby. Is
Yeah, just
Dominic Calvert-Lewin gonna be fit for that?
I think so. Most likely, yeah.
Did
Probably.
did Ancelotti just not play him, so he could play him in the derby?
I think he just didn't play him to be safe. It's better be safe than
Yeah,
sorry.
be safe for the derby, not you know,
Yeah,
because maybe
probably,
he
yeah.
was like you know, Manchester City are just too strong right now. They're too good right now. We can't beat them, so let's keep him for Liverpool. Because I feel like if Ancelotti gets a win over Everton, right, uh, the club will go crazy.
If
Co-
Ancelotti gets a win over Liverpool, you mean?
Sorry, what did I say?
Everton.
Well,
It's
obviously,
fine, move on.
obviously not thinking my bubble. My mind is all over the place. But yeah, if Ancelotti gets a win over Liverpool, right?
That's,
They
it's a
would have
great boost.
drawn the first fixture and then gotten a win over Liverpool in the second one. I think he'd be a cult hero in the locals. I think, and I would believe Everton would go above Liverpool in the table as well.
I'm not sure about
Yeah,
the
no, I'm
like most.
sure. I'm sure they will go above Liverpool in the table. I'm pretty sure they
It's
will.
really,
So that would be very, very interesting.
yeah.
Fulham Sheffield might be a bore fest, but I would back Fulham to win that one. West Ham Spurs, another London derby, and another interesting fixture, another tight and cagey fixture. So doesn't look good for Cresswell, Son, or Kane in that one. So this game week we already have Liverpool, Everton, uh, Southampton, Chelsea, West Ham, Spurs, Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Leicester. So
So
all they're very balanced fixtures, all of
yeah,
them.
most of them are tough though, and like you can't really decide which player to captain, except from the United Newcastle game, Bruno,
Bruno,
or the Leeds because they have a double game week, just because they have a double game week, not because of the fixtures.
you reckon? Just I'm getting a hint of Dominic Calvert-Lewin going out and Bamford coming in.
Oh, you
Uh,
don't have Bamford.
I had Bamford for the longest time. Because
I
I
s-
actually had I'm not gonna lie, I had Rodrigo when his transfer from Valencia,
mm,
because I
he got
watched La
injured.
Liga. No, no, not when he got injured. In before game week one,
So from the start.
from before game week one, I got Rodrigo because he played in Valencia, and I watched La Liga frequently, and he was a great player. He would always bag big goals,
Oh, now I
right?
remember. It's that Rodrigo from FIFA that keeps
Oh
ruining
my
us in
God! Yes,
Ultimate
yes.
Team.
The 82 rated or 81 rated Rodrigo, left footed.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
gets onto his left foot and finesses it. So he was actually very good in La Liga.
And then
As a
Ultimate Team.
finisher and in Ultimate Team.
And
And
now in FPL. Gee.
was he good in FPL? Because I had him in the beginning and he didn't start the
Yeah.
first couple games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was following Leeds because I heard a lot about Bielsa's resurrection of Leeds, and Leeds is one of those football teams that actually have a large following, even though their recent form in the last couple of decades, they haven't been in the top flight.
Yep.
So, but they were now. So I was like, Rodrigo is a big signing. I think they got him for like 30 or 40 million, for which a championship team getting promoted is big, big news. So I kept him and he didn't start. So I was like, all right, who is starting? And I believe it was a 4-3 loss to Liverpool. The
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
first fixture, it was a
Two Salah
4-3.
goals. I
Yeah,
remember that.
and what I did was immediately get Bamford because I was
Mm.
like, wow, this team is gonna score goals. The way they're playing, they're gonna score goals. So I got Bamford, and I had him
Crazy.
for quite a while, and then the guy's frustrating, man. He,
Bamford,
yeah, he's very,
he
very
blanks a lot,
frustrating. He
right?
blanks a lot,
Yeah.
and he misses sitters, but he scores the most ludicrous chances.
A couple of game weeks ago, he missed the sitter, and he like the after the match, like there was an interview, and he said, "Oh man, I was really annoyed when I missed that because I captained myself.
Yeah, he actually
But
scored. He scored
thankfully I
later in
scored.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Thankfully I scored the one after."
So I like the guy. I actually like Bamford as like a personality too, and how he plays. He's pretty like nice to watch. I like his style of play, but he really does miss sitters, and it's very, very frustrating. So for me, I was just like, ugh, this guy needs to go. And I was actually backing that Leeds are done. I was actually thinking the fact that Leeds are exposed, which given last game week might have some say in it.
People suspect it's because Phillips is missing. He's like
Yes,
the
I
center.
think Calvin Phillips is like the most integral player for them because he's the only midfielder that's not attacking. So
Exactly, pretty
the
much.
fullbacks go up, all the midfielders go up. So it's just Calvin Phillips and the two center backs, right?
Center backs, yeah.
And sometimes even the center backs go up. So it's usually just Calvin Phillips, and he pushes up too. The whole team pushes up, like at the end of the day. So in that regard, I was just like, yep, Leeds are done. They're probably gonna concede many more. They're probably not gonna score. So I transferred him out. And here we are, ready to take another -4 hit off
Oh,
Dominic Calvert
don't do
Lewin.
it. You don't
or
have any
Bamford.
subs to come in case,
I okay. Let's go to my team. My team is very interesting now because I have Kilman on bench for, and he's playing Leeds. So it's like, you know,
It's a tough one.
if
You're
you
not sure.
if I take the -4 hit for Calvert Lewin, that means I'll get 2 points off Bamford, right? But if I rely on Kilman, I kind of want a 0-0 draw at that rate because Dallas is also playing. So it's a weird one, but for my team, a lot of them are playing against each other. Kane and Son are playing against Cresswell. Grealish is playing against no one that I have. Stones and Gundogan are playing Arsenal. Gundogan is also going to be out probably. Guardiola might not want to risk him before the Champions League tie.
Yeah, especially that I think KDB is back.
KDB's back. Aguero is back. So they don't even
Mhm.
need like the false nine anymore. Even though there's Jesus, right? Um, yeah, Salah is playing against Calvert Lewin, and Dallas is playing against Kilman.
Mhm.
So
It's gonna be. It's honestly very unpredictable. You have no idea how it's gonna go. It might end up in 0-0s all over the place, or many goals
I,
all over the
I
place as
think
well.
I think I think the best outcome for all fantasy Premier League managers would be that if there are no clean sheets and everyone scores a bunch, and
Even the defenders,
defenders get assists and goals, because I that's the only way I see a fruitful outcome,
of
right?
course, of
Someone
course.
like me playing five midfielders, right? If it ends up in draws, 0-0, 1-1s, these guys are
That's a
getting
lot of
2 or 3
blanks.
or 4 points, right? That's 20, 20, 30, 30 or 40 max, right? Even if you captain maybe on a good day 45.
Mm.
I have a strong feeling it's going to be one of that game week.
No,
I have a
no.
very,
I
very
think
strong
there will
feeling.
be goals. We'll see. We'll see. I hope it has some clean sheets, but I think it will have a lot of goals. So you're choosing to captain Bruno this week?
For now, I've got Bruno on captain, but I had a
You're
feeling that
unsure as well.
I had a feeling that maybe I should back either Salah or Kane for some reason. That was my gut feeling. Salah, Kane, or Fernandez. That's what I'm stuck around.
I honestly, I can't give any tips regarding that. It's just up to them. Like we can't predict who's gonna score and who's gonna do better than the other.
It's just that
But
one of those game weeks, right, where you're just
but
like,
yeah, exactly. But like to be honest, the easiest matchup is definitely United's.
yeah, but that like initial Bruno form is just
Yeah,
not there. It hasn't been there. Um, I was actually thinking the reason I was thinking about Salah is because Everton's defense is non-existent. All right,
they're not doing that well.
they don't know how to defend. Like honestly, their defense is terrible. So it's actually wonders how they're still like up there, top four, top five, I think. Um, so that's why I was thinking Salah might just knock a goal, and he's been in good form of late, right?
Outside of the Premier League, yeah.
Yeah, outside the Premier League, but you never know. It's a Merseyside derby. The players will be hyped. I think they're coming off a win. Maybe they turn a page now. I think this might be the right time to back Salah, in my opinion. But the easy pick would be Fernandez to captain. But the like,
Yeah,
if you
if
want to be
that's the thing.
optimistic and gamble, take Salah.
Exactly. That's the thing. Most of the like FPL managers this week are either gonna go for Bamford because he has a double, or they're gonna go
Right.
for Bruno because of the easy matchup. Now, if you want, if you expect another player to do better than those two, you can captain him, and that's how like jump way up in the ranks.
The thing is, if you think about Bamford, right? That's a that's a confirmed 8 points.
Yeah, Yeah,
which is better than a blanking Salah, Son, Fernandez, Grealish, anyone
hmm,
else, right?
true.
He's a confirmed 8 points because he is gonna play 60 minutes in both games,
Yep.
especially with Rodrigo out. Blah blah blah. There's no one else that's gonna play there, right? So with that, that's actually a very very good point, Omar.
Mm,
Captaining Bamford
yeah. United are playing their Europa League match now,
tonight.
I think.
Yes, I think it might actually be over in a few minutes.
Mm.
Yep, United 3-0 against Real Sociedad.
Fernandes is playing. The thing
Fernandez
is, like,
scored twice.
oh, so he is in good form.
Uh, I mean, yes.
Who,
Outside
who
the
are they
Premier
playing
League,
against that foot club?
Real Sociedad,
Oh, so
which
it is
is
not like it's a good
which is
club.
a good team. They started off very very well in La Liga, and they've kind of dipped since then. Um, but yeah, I would imagine Fernandez being taken off any moment now. It's a 3-0
To
lead.
rest him. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't know if the match is at home or away. It is away. It's in Italy. So I'm guessing it's an away match for Man United.
Mm.
So three away
That's
goals.
that looks promising for the Bruno captainers.
Hmm. Oh, and Dan James also got an assist with Fred and Rashford. Very interesting.
All right.
Well,
So did you make any transfers this week? Just the Dallas one?
I did. Just Dallas in for Justin because, well,
Yeah.
Justin's out for the season,
Yeah, and
and
Dallas is double game week.
yeah, Dallas had a double game week, so I was like, why not? Plus, I was hinted at the Two Halves podcast that he's playing as a center forward, so
You're getting
even,
these tips from a very weird source. We're not sure about the source.
so I was like, all right, if he's playing as a center forward as well as the other three midfielders at Leeds United. I was
So does
like,
the rest of the club. The whole club is playing center forward.
yeah, that's man. Oh. I think that their goalkeeper's also injured, Macy or something.
I swear I thought you were gonna say the goalkeeper is playing center forward.
I think the goalkeeper is held by restraint.
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure Bielsa is telling him go attack, but there's just like communication issues.
I
uh,
can't, boss. I can't. I wasn't born for this.
uh, that's definitely something. So, any tips and hints on my team there? And would it be worth taking the hit of -4 over Calvert Newin for Bamford?
Look, uh, okay, so first of all, our teams are very similar. You already know that. So when you see my team, you're gonna know like how I see things this week. Uh, but regarding DCL, I'm honestly not sure. The thing with you is that DCL might not play, and your substitutes might not play. So that that's a potential
Hmm.
zero in the starting team.
Okay, so for you, Peters is gonna be out. So I'm guessing you're gonna be playing with a back three,
I transferred Peters out.
two.
That midfield. So Phillips is injured, so he's playing that new or young guy called Stoichik. It's a
Yeah,
very weird name. If you let me share, I will show you.
that's like the most famous words in 2020. Please let me share the screen. Can you
It
enable?
says it's
Can
disabled.
please can you enable screen sharing?
And
I
you?
apologize. I was making the joke about it, yet I
Oh,
forgot to
nice.
enable screen sharing.
That's abuse of power.
2021, everybody.
Okay, so that's what happened last week. I will get to that later, but here the team. Okay, yeah, this guy.
Stoic.
Strojic.
Stoic.
Strojic.
Stoic.
Yeah. He's playing as a CDM while Phillips is out.
Okay.
And in case Phillips comes back, we're not sure. We don't know. He might play next match. We're not really sure. If he plays, he will put him at center back because their main center back, Koch, his name is Koch or Kush,
Kosh.
is
Okay.
injured. He's injured.
Okay.
So this guy plays center back if Phillips is there, and he's playing CDM. And he scored last game, by the way, the one they
Okay.
lost for
All
against
right.
Arsenal.
That's very exciting. But Leeds United center back.
Two center back. Oh, you mean the captain? Oh, you
No,
just
I
saw
I
it?
don't. I. All right. I understand that. Okay, fine. We'll get to that. Like, I mean, you have Bamford. Why not him?
I don't know.
You really think
I
Leeds?
want to go
You
risky
really
this week.
are you really gonna back Leeds United to get like a clean? Like, I mean, that's what I understand, right? You
One
expect.
clean sheet, and I'm happy.
All right, fair enough.
Like, imagine one clean sheet, and
Because
the second match,
Wolves are on good
nothing.
form as well. You know, they've been doing well. You know,
Yeah.
Southampton, okay, they've been in and out, but like they've been up there as well.
Thing is, if Southampton aren't really good at the defense, they've been conceding a lot. So if Dallas is involved with any of the goals against Southampton, I'm
Ifs
gonna
and
be
buts.
really happy. Yeah, ifs and buts. It's the same with anybody that captains a player. But here it's more risky for sure. Very risky. Imagine I get a -2 or something.
I
That's a
mean,
-4.
like last week, I think you were very, very hopeful on Dallas. You gave like about like a 5 minute explanation how Dallas is so useful, and
He is useful not just for the game week I was, like not just for last game week, the game week I talked about him in, but for game week 29 as well.
you
The
wanna
infamous game week
game week
29.
29. Well, guys, be tuned in for game week 29. If you want to keep your positions, because it is gonna be an apocalypse.
Like for sure, you have to think about game week 29 from now because you have a limited transfers you can make per week.
That's why we get
And
Dallas and Bamford in.
yeah, get Dallas, Bamford, and this guy is also like in preparation for game week 29. Along with these two that I'm keeping on the bench, Grealish and
Grealish
Target.
and Target.
They have been on the bench for like 3 weeks now, and I'm just keeping them because game week 29.
Wouldn't Grealish have to play this week though? Oh, or are
But
you
it's against
Cancelo?
Leicester.
Aren't you
I
playing
don't know
Cancelo?
if Cancelo got hit, and I've been hearing that he got hit and he might not start.
Oh yeah, they also got Zinchenko and Walker back. Walker's back as well, right? So Walker can play as well.
Sorry.
I mean, I think Walker played last game. Okay, so interestingly enough, Wolves beat Southampton 2-1. Both of them, which are opponents of Leeds.
Again, couldn't hear that.
Southampton and Wolves played last game week, right?
Yeah,
On the 14th of February. And Wolves
2-1
beat
for Wolves.
Southampton 2-1, right?
Yeah.
And now Leeds United are playing both Wolves away and then Southampton home.
I hope they are
Uh,
picking up the pieces.
they're
Just
like,
destroy
I
both
mean,
of them.
I would just imagine the way Southampton play. They have the knack to nick a goal. Wolves can give you that 0-0 draw, right? But Southampton, I mean, they have
With
that.
Ings.
They have Ings, but they have this center back. I can't remember right now. I can't remember his name. He's been very, very good. I had him.
Narc?
Vestergaard, is it? Vestergaard?
Vestergaard is also there.
Yes, Vestergaard. I'm talking about and then they have the fullback Bednarak, I think.
Narc and Walker Peters, both of them are really
Walker
good.
Peters. So Walker Peters is one of those defenders that, like, is. I think he was injured. I had him as well. He was injured, so I transferred him. But I think he's like one of those Justin-esque replacements. Not very expensive, and he's bagged so many points.
But his matches aren't that Southampton's matches aren't that good. So
In the
I was
future?
gonna get him, but the matches they have until game week 29 are really not good at all. And they don't play on game week 29.
What do you think about Pedro Neto?
Neto. I honestly don't. I didn't have a single Wolf. Only Killman. I was about to say I didn't have a single Wolves player in my team, but I remembered Killman because it's cheap. Oh, regarding cheap, speaking about cheap, this guy Chuk. I'm saying he plays in CDM and he's only 3.9. By the way,
3.9. Wow. Um.
yeah,
Wow. He might just be a nice guy to get just cause.
yeah,
You know, given how
cheap
cheap
and
he is.
plays. Yep, and Kosh is out for until I think beginning of March. So like he's
Ooh,
gonna have
I gotta.
plenty of playtime.
I mean, beginning of March is just 2 weeks away, so that's just 2 game weeks.
Okay, one of them is a double
One of them,
already.
no, or two of them are double game weeks.
I mean, one of the week. Oh wait, what?
No,
No,
not
I
two of
think
them.
one
Just
week is
one
a
of
double.
them. One
One
week
week
is a
is a
double.
double. Yeah.
Well, Pedro Neto, he has 5 goals this season in 24 appearances.
Total.
I thought he would have a lot more. I don't know. In my mind, he had a lot more.
Yeah, like hearing that he's one of Wolves' main players. I would
Yeah,
think he has more.
it's weird. Uh, there has been a false sense of image about him. I thought he would be like on 9 or 10 goals, but okay.
By the way, this captaincy is just like a current temporary, like spur of the
So
moment.
I see you're not backing your Egyptian king,
No
your
way.
countryman. Why
I
not?
wouldn't. I wouldn't back Salah even if he was my brother. For during this
Oh,
current form he's been having in the Premier League. It's
he's doing
very
good. He's
like that
he's
one.
Egyptian.
Which match was it where he scored and people thought he's back and then he blanked the game right after. I
Well,
forgot. Wait,
that would
it's
be
a
so
shit
many.
show
That
here.
would be so many games.
It's very
That would
very
be
recent.
West Ham,
Here this one, yeah, West Ham.
West Ham, or the 5-6 games before that.
Yeah, very very like
Crystal
this season
Crystal
he's very.
Palace Crystal Palace. He had an amazing game as well. You know,
Oh,
he
by
came
the
off the
way.
bench and he scored 2 goals and had an
Oh,
assist.
that was crazy. You know that during the double game week they had at this 19 one, I triple captain him here. I put the triple
Triple,
captain
and you
on
got
on
12
Salah
points.
here. Yeah. And this second match against Burnley, he was coming off the pitch, and I was praying he would do what he did against Crystal Palace, but he didn't. He just blanked.
And they lost.
Yep.
Very exciting.
Oh, by the like Salah, you see his points. He's very inconsistent this season,
Maybe
right?
he's
Only
stat padding.
exactly like the match he does well in, he just like just does really well.
Okay, but you look at that. Scroll up to the Everton game, the first
Uh,
fixture. Yeah,
which one?
the Everton.
Here.
It's yeah, Everton fifth. So he had an assist.
Hmm.
So sorry, he had a goal.
He had a goal, yeah,
He
not
had
an
a goal.
assist.
7 points. Hmm. I just feel like it's fair to back him in that
Yeah, they
circumstance.
played away. Was Van Dijk injured back then?
Van Dijk got injured in that game.
Oh,
It was when Pickford tackled him. It was that game where Van Dijk got injured.
so they are playing away. They were playing away, and they
Now they'll
tied.
be at home.
Exactly. I think they have a good chance. Like Salah has a good chance of performing well. They like. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm just thinking about that Everton defense. It is bad, man. Pickford, like dinosaur arms, man. Come on.
If I had an
And
Everton
and by the
player,
way, Liverpool got hard done in that game. That last minute offside. Oh my days. That's uh a lot has to be said about referees and refereeing in Premier League. Not on this
in every
podcast
league,
though. Not on Fantasy Premier League review or
that's a different
preview.
series.
That's a different series. You can tune us for other things on that one. But definitely, I think Salah might be one to go for this week. I would back Salah, Bamford, or Fernandez. I would think so. I was feeling
Yeah.
Kane Son before, but West Ham have been on a mad one, really, right? I think they're above Spurs at this rate too. West Ham are fifth, okay, sitting on 42 points above Liverpool.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, and I just wouldn't.
Who would have
And
thought?
and they've reinforced their squad with the maestro himself, Jesse Lingard. So I think they're unbeatable now. Ooh, speaking about Jesse Lingard,
You want to put him in?
four goals and 3 goals and an assist after his transfer in 2 game weeks. Hot property or not?
I think it's too early to tell. It might just be, like
What
a
do you want to
hot
wait for the
moment.
end of the season?
Yeah, probably. Like honestly,
We're talking about fantasy
I
Premier
don't
League.
see the appeal. Like,
Everything's immediate.
look at my midfield. Like, why would I put Jesse in here?
That's a fair question, but like, I don't know. Gundogan's gone.
For others that maybe have, the funds for Lingard and not someone else, he
I mean,
could
I'm
do
pretty
well,
sure
but I would say
Lingard's
just wait
cheap.
a
I'm
bit
pretty
more.
sure Lingard's cheap.
Let me see.
6 million.
He is 6. That's not
Hmm.
really that cheap.
It's not
It's
that
cheap,
cheap.
but
24 points, but like, click on him. Yeah, get his data out. Like, look at that. 2 goals.
okay. His first match, that was like when it was way too early to tell. A
And
blank,
a blank,
and then an assist.
an assist. So 2 goals and an assist in 3 games. That's already averages out better than Mo Salah. You could, if I could get 2 Jesse Lingards for the price of 1 Mo Salah, I would.
Come on. Like the difference in matches played is crazy.
Uh, you reckon we can't back our man Jesse Lingard? Why
Like
not?
I said, in my opinion, it's way too early to tell, especially that these matches were just like the lower
Oh, that's true.
end of the table.
But you would like 2 goals against Aston Villa, a team that were flying at the beginning, who are
Aston
currently
Villa
eighth.
are also, I wouldn't say they're very consistent. Like they do well against some clubs and then they just do really weirdly against others.
Yeah, the table is very very interesting. Aston Villa are actually on 36 points with 22 games played. They have 2 games in hand, and if they win both, they are third. Sorry, they're fourth. That's insane.
These are our leagues.
So, are you finalizing the captaincy of
Not really. No, I'm
Dallas?
just gonna be honest. I'm not really sure I'm gonna keep this on him. I'm still thinking about it. I'm gonna sleep on it.
Well, don't sleep for too long and miss the deadline.
Deadline is
It's
very
happened.
late.
It's
It's
happened.
like at 9 p.m.
Oh yeah, because it's a Friday kickoff, right? Friday night kickoffs are weird always.
Yep. The match is at 11, I think.
Yeah. Burnley, who are 15th, and you had 2 players. Now you have one. Is Loughton still the way to go?
I'm just keeping him this match because they're playing against West Bromwich. They
Oh
might
yeah.
get a clean sheet, but after that, like after this game week, he's out. Like Lawton is out too.
Is it all part of the game week 29 preparation?
Yep. Burnley are not playing on game week
They
29.
are
I
not playing
don't.
on game.
You're laughing, but it's a serious matter because you have You're gonna keep taking hits. If you keep waiting, you're gonna start taking hits on that game week.
This was the man. This was the man who said last game week, "Oh, I've not been taking it seriously."
Look,
Just last week on this podcast, on this
okay,
very podcast,
maybe
you will see
maybe
it in the
in
suggested videos. This man himself said, "Oh, I haven't been taking seriously." This guy studies fantasy Premier League,
no,
and
maybe
now
compared
just
to you
6 days
maybe
later,
compared to our friends, but like there are people that you saw the table I showed you, right? Someone actually sat and did that last
I
time, last video.
people have time on their hands. Okay, I
Yeah,
mean, who
and
are
they
we to
think
talk?
about the rewards.
Who are we to talk? Oh wait, isn't that what we're doing right now?
Yeah, I know, right? Like the hypocrisy. Oh my god. So I was like, what do you think about Sanchez and McCarthy? Who would you take?
I'll take McCarthy just because he has a double game week and he's playing against Leeds.
What if he misses both? Like he concedes in both.
Oh, if he doesn't concede more than two, right? That's still
You're
four
fine.
points. 4 points for a goalkeeper is always welcome,
That's
right?
very true.
And the thing is that Chelsea, they've been playing well, but they've been securing 2-0, 1-0, 2-0, 1-0, 2-1, those kind of
Hmm.
wins. I don't know about
See,
like so I think Chelsea will win. McCarthy will concede, but I don't think he'll concede more than two. And Leeds, you never know about them, right? Leeds
true.
are a gamble. If if there was a Sharia like ruling on Leeds, it's probably haram to keep them because they're just such a gamble. You never know which way they're going.
I think the whole game would be,
I mean, that's a different part of things.
oh man.
What are you gonna do with Gundogan?
Gundogan, I'm just keeping him because I don't. I just hope that Pep doesn't like put him in for 5 minutes and remove him or something like that. Like he either plays the whole match or he misses the whole match. That's all I want.
Pep has
If he
taken
goes out,
Arsenal seriously in the
Cancelo
past.
comes in.
In the past few seasons,
Yeah,
he's taken Arsenal seriously. Especially, like I think he would take Arsenal seriously this game week as well because Arsenal are also in good form, right?
yeah, and
So
that's
he,
why I'm taking Arsenal seriously and put Cancelo out. I'm
why
not
would you
expecting
put
City to
cancel?
keep a clean sheet.
Hmm, very
I think
interesting.
Arsenal could score, well, especially with Aubameyang back, man. You saw that last game.
Obama
He
Yang, and
he
plus
got a
not
hat
only
trick.
that, yeah. Okay, but like I saw that game, man. Wow, I mean,
Leeds were open. Leeds were
yeah,
very
that
open.
wasn't much more to do with the, Arsenal being good rather than Leeds being awful. Um,
Mm.
but interestingly enough, my sentiments from Real Madrid were kicking in, and I was like, hey, maybe I should just get Odegaard. And obviously, with that, I opted against it for
Yeah,
better
and
things.
that's exactly the same thing happening with Lingard. But in this case, Lingard scored some points. Or I don't think Odegaard got any.
Odegaard didn't get any, but it's also the way that Arsenal play, right? They're just apart from Aubameyang probably getting something, you wouldn't count on a constant source of points like other
Yeah,
teams. Like you can get back Salah or stuff. But Bukayo Saka, I think if anyone wants to pick someone out of Arsenal, it would be him.
yep,
I
for
think
sure.
he
Cheap and
would.
as well.
Yeah, I think he does good as well, right? And he's been in tremendous form.
Yeah.
Saka, and he's only 5.3 million, which is very very good, and he's a midfielder. Uh, so
Yeah,
yeah,
why pick Jesse Lingard when you have Saka?
I mean, uh,
Arsenal.
G-Lings, does Saka do the dances?
Oh yeah.
Like comparing Saka
It's
with
good.
Odegaard, right? Saka's 5.3 million, and he probably would get much more points, and Odegaard 6 million. I
Oh,
know
Odegaard is 6 too.
I know who I'd pick in that situation.
Saka.
Saka.
Just making sure. Uh,
It might
do
it
you
might be.
expect these three City players to play to start?
I can see Jesus playing. I can see that because I
Aguero isn't
I
fully
just
back.
okay, but Aguero is back. I can
He's
see
back,
I
but
can
not.
also see Aguero. He's been back for a week now. Uh, I can
But he has been gone for a
actually
very long
Aguero
time.
has been back for more than a week. He has been back for more than a week. He's been back before the Liverpool game, and so
But like that period of absence, he just can't come back
yeah. But like
directly to the action.
you would think that
A week is more than enough.
it's been 2 weeks,
2 weeks are more than enough.
2 weeks, and in training and everything. It's just not that he's just not sitting at home and playing PlayStation. Shout out Kun Aguero. But
Streaming on Twitch.
Streaming on
or
Twitch.
whatever, Facebook, Twitch. I have no idea what he's
I see
streaming
Twitch.
on.
Using his Premier League Player of the Month award as camera stand for his PS4.
Kidding.
But I just keep thinking back to the Champions League matchup, right? With whoever they're playing, and I just think that Pep might want to get him in the rhythm, so he might get a few minutes. So
Mm.
that's why I don't think he just might play the 90 if he starts. I think with Gundogan, I think he might not play at all if his injury could be aggravated. I think Pep has learned enough now not to just throw his players in the mud like so deeply.
And then
However, I'd
Cancelo
expect
come in.
Cancelo to play. I would expect Cancelo to play.
That's fine.
He's the better fullback compared to Zinchenko and Walker both. Even though Walker plays for a different reason as well because he's faster
Yeah.
and of a different nationality. But Cancelo, I think he would. I think he'll play given the form on he's been this season. He's been insane. I think he's been the best fullback at City, so I can expect him to play against Arsenal because that was going to be a big game. But then again, if this wasn't a Champions League match week, right? I would back Gundogan and Cancelo both to play.
Hmm.
But clearly the
They might be
league's
arrested. Yeah.
yes, the league is kind of in City's hand now. So having Manchester City players a lot of the time is going to be such a big gamble now because Pep's just going to rest so many of them because he's just going to be focused on the cups.
Yeah. I'm only keeping these three for the next 2 game weeks as well because they have doubles. City are gonna have 2 more doubles.
Okay.
And I think I will get rid of all three after the doubles are done.
I think I might keep Gundogan for good. He's just cheap and so good, right? Like, why not?
Yeah, it's an option, seriously. Yeah, why not? It's a good option.
And what Stones as well, like free clean sheets. Oh, you don't have Stones.
No, it's just Cancelo. Like
And
these three.
Cancelo's 6 million, I believe, right?
Yeah, he was. I don't know. I have no idea how much he is
You
now.
have a 6 million defender on the bench.
Six
Disgusting.
point one now.
Disgusting. This is absolute. This is like.
Dude,
This
I'm
is
sure
this
he's
is
gonna come
Manchester
on.
City.
Like
This is
I
Manchester
just
City
put him on the.
behavior. Buying 4 fullbacks in one season.
Oh man, that's every rich club's, but yeah, mostly Man City. But anyway,
Specifically
like
Manchester City.
I expect Cancelo to come in. Like that's the thing. I expect one like either
No, I
Gundogan
just
or Jesus are not gonna start. I feel it.
okay. So but just think of it. If Gundogan plays 2 minutes, you can
Uh,
expect that, right? Like I
that
don't know,
that will hurt.
because Kevin De Bruyne is just coming back from injury as well, right?
Yeah.
Again, going back to the Champions League tie. If City are winning 2-0, 3-0, 2-1, 3-1, Guardiola will be more than happy to remove De Bruyne and keep him for the Champions League tie,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
And maybe if Phil Foden's not playing, Bernardo Silva, they might come in. But if he just puts Gundogan in, that's your Cancelo gone because the street guy has a double game week. He's not going anywhere. I expect Jesus to play because I don't think he's gonna risk Aguero directly.
I felt that too.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
you're just
most
gonna
likely
waste.
Gundogan is
So
down. That's not good.
why don't you put
Cancelo
Cancelo
in and just
instead
remove
of
Gundogan.
Gundogan? Yeah.
Because I do feel that Gundogan might also play the whole match, man. I have no idea.
The whole
I'm just
match,
leaving it.
I don't think
Whatever
I don't think
happens,
Gundogan's playing the whole
happens.
match. I don't think Gundogan's playing the whole match.
We'll see. Like this is not final, honestly. I haven't. We didn't have enough time to think about this game week, by the way. Like the
We didn't. It creeped up on me.
last game, exactly last game week just finished, and now we have this one is deadline is tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow we shall see.
Anyway, Son against West Ham last time he scored 1 goal, assisted one. You know the Kane Son combo, and he's got 13 points.
But
But that was at home.
that was also before West Ham went on a mad form. You
True.
look at West Ham, right? And after that they just went crazy as well.
And before Spurs went on that bad form as well.
Yeah. I understand Manchester City, right? Like they're a tough opponent. So I think Spurs would be looking to bounce back as well. And this is actually a
And
big game for them. This is actually a very
yeah,
big game for them, bigger than they think. Especially it's a London derby as well, right? Um,
yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know
they
how the
really will.
players feel about that without the fans.
It's
The
gonna
whole
be the
home
Jesse
away
Sun.
thing is just weird this season. It doesn't really count.
It doesn't feel like home or away.
It doesn't feel. They all
It is what it
they
is.
all feel like AstroTurf behind our house.
Um, it is what it is. It's just the difference between sleeping in a hotel or at home with your kids. Well, in Son's case, there are no kids, but yeah.
Okay, and on that note, with our captaincy being under a constant roulette and we don't know where it's gonna end up with,
Mm.
backing players because they're playing more game weeks, not game weeks, because they have a double game week and they're probably gonna play more matches rather than picking the better players has been the theme of the last 2 weeks of this podcast series. Well, good luck to all those fantasy Premier League managers out there. Let us know which players you are captaining down under below. If you enjoyed or liked anything from this video, don't forget to show some love. If you want to throw out some suggestions on topics we need to talk about in this series, let us know down below as well. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, we'll catch you in the next half.
Goodbye.